loggers, welcome back to Liminal Logs. I just want to say, I love doing this. Making these stories, building this creepy little universe for you all, it's honestly something I'm proud of. The dream is to make this a full-time thing one day. But for now, we're still on the way up. So, if you enjoy what I do and want to see more, hit like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and most importantly, share the videos with your friends. Let's push this channel to 1,000 loggers together. Let's dive into today's story. The night the road began to breathe, I was driving home through fog so thick it looked solid. Not mist, not haze, structure. My headlights didn't cut through it so much as dent it, like light pressing into snow. Everything beyond 30 meters was erased. No stars, no moon. Just a low, heavy ceiling of moving white that crawled sideways across the asphalt. I remember thinking it felt intentional. Like the fog wasn't just there. It was positioned. My phone vibrated in the cup holder. I almost ignored it. There was no service on this stretch of road, but the vibration didn't stop. It pulsed in precise intervals, calm and patient. An emergency alert lit up the screen. Emergency weather broadcast. Dense fog event. Sector unknown. Reduce speed immediately. If you see a dog on the road, do not stop. If the dog stands on 2 legs, do not look at it. This is not a drill. My throat tightened. I slowed from 90 to 50. The road vanished into white. The fog thickened around the vehicle, wrapping it in slow, undulating movements like breath against glass. And that's when I felt it. The road shifted. Not visually, physically. A deep vibration hummed up through the tires, not from the engine, not from the asphalt, but from below the asphalt, like something massive had exhaled beneath the entire highway. I clenched the steering wheel. Then something appeared in the headlights. A silhouette. Low to the ground at first, still, perfectly still. I eased off the brake, heart thudding. It was a dog, at least. It tested as a dog in my brain. 4-legged outline, fur texture suggested by shadows, head down. It stood exactly in the center of the road, not looking at me, not moving, just waiting. My phone vibrated again. Do not stop for the dog. Do not flash your lights. Do not honk. I swallowed and rolled forward slowly. The dog's head lifted, too slowly, too smoothly. It turned its face toward me. Its eyes reflected my headlights perfectly. 2 flat white mirrors with no depth at all. My chest tightened with that specific nausea that only comes from seeing something that almost makes sense but utterly doesn't. Then its front leg straightened. It rose, not jumping, not rearing, standing upright. Its back stretched vertically, bones shifting under skin like plastic being bent in the wrong direction. What had been a canine chest elongated into something humanoid and vertical. The silhouette became wrong in every proportion. Too tall, too thin, joints in the wrong places. I slammed the brake. The car stopped dead. The emergency alert tone exploded from my phone, shrill and panicked. Fatal error. You have stopped. Do not make eye contact. Do not roll down the window. Do not acknowledge it. The thing tilted its head. Then its mouth opened, and it spoke. Not barking, not growling. In perfect, calm human speech. You're supposed to keep going. My blood went cold so fast it felt like my organs dropped. Its mouth moved incorrectly when it talked. The lips didn't match the words. The jaw dislocated slightly with each syllable, like someone playing a human voice through a broken speaker. Now, I'm stranded. My hands trembled violently on the wheel. Behind it, the fog thickened, pulling inward toward the standing shape like gravity had inverted. My phone buzzed again. It is attempting binding conversation. Silence is your only defense. The thing stepped forward, not walking. Its legs extended and retracted like telescoping rods, covering ground without any actual stride. The sound was wrong too. Wet, soft, like hands pressing into soaked paper. It's dangerous out here alone. You should let me in. It raised one elongated, joint-warped arm and touched the hood of my car. The metal dented inward slightly under its fingers. Not from strength, from pressure. Something beneath the road exhaled again. This time, harder. The entire car rocked gently, like it was floating on a sleeping animal's chest. The fog surged. The thing leaned close to the windshield. Its face was almost canine, almost human. Skin stretched wrong across the skull, nose folding inward like it hadn't finished loading. Its eyes reflected my face perfectly. Too perfectly. Then its reflection smiled before it did. You already invited me when you stopped. A crack echoed under the road. Not asphalt breaking. Something deeper, bigger. The fog began to rotate slowly around the car in a massive ring. My phone vibrated again, violently now, as if struggling to get my attention. Second entity rising from substrate. The road is no longer a road. You have 6 seconds to move. The thing on my hood tilted its head. 6 is generous. I didn't think. I just slammed the accelerator. The tires screamed. The car lunged forward. The thing slid off the hood sideways with unnatural lightness, landing upright on its back legs without bending its knees. As I passed it, I saw the fog behind the creature bulge sharply upward, as if something massive beneath the road was forcing its way out through the mist instead of through the ground. A final alert flashed. Do not look back. If you see the road stand up, it will see you forever. But I felt it anyway. Behind me, the entire highway began to rise, not crumble. Rise like a spine arching under skin, and something huge began to stand up beneath the fog. I broke every speed rule I had ever followed in my life. The engine screamed as I floored it, tires fighting for grip on asphalt that suddenly felt soft, spongy, like the road had developed muscle under its skin. The fog swallowed everything behind me instantly. My mirrors showed nothing but swirling white. But I could feel it. That wasn't imagination. That wasn't fear. The vibration beneath the car intensified into a steady, colossal heartbeat. Thum, dash, dash, thum, dash, dash, thum, dash, dash. Each pulse lifted the vehicle a few centimeters off the road before letting it settle again. Like the surface beneath me was breathing. Like the highway itself had become a ribcage. My phone vibrated so violently it rattled out of the cup holder and skidded across the passenger seat. Another emergency alert flooded the screen in red static. Substrate entity confirmed. The road has entered locomotion phase. You are no longer driving on a fixed surface. Do not stop. Do not turn around. Do not pull over. The fog behind me surged forward in a single massive wave. For one horrifying second, the headlights caught something impossible rising through it. Not fully visible, not fully real, but unmistakably vertical. The road behind me was no longer flat. It arched upward in a massive curve like a vertebra breaking through skin. Asphalt split in long organic fractures that didn't look broken. They looked opened. Yellow lane markers stretched and warped like paint over flexing muscle. Something underneath was standing up. I heard a sound that no animal should be able to make. A deep, layered groan that rolled through multiple registers at once. Like wind through a cathedral, like metal under compression, like 1,000 lungs inhaling at different speeds. The fog peeled back in strips, and behind me, the road rose higher, higher, until it was no longer a road at all. It was a spine, segmented, flexing. Each crack in the asphalt now clearly a joint between enormous vertebrae, each one wider than 2 cars end to end. The highway wasn't collapsing, it was unfolding. The thing was using the road as its body. My breath hitched so hard I nearly blacked out. My phone vibrated again. Eyeless pursuer deployed. It does not see. It feels continuity. If you stop moving, you will be connected. Connected to what? The answer arrived instantly. The ground accelerated. Not me. the road itself. The spine behind me contracted in a violent whip-like motion. The entire highway lunged forward. My car jolted as if rear-ended by the ground. I was violently thrust forward in my seat, the seatbelt biting into my collarbone. The speedometer jumped without my foot moving an inch. The road was chasing me. It wasn't pulling itself toward me. It was repeatedly contracting and releasing like a massive muscle, surging closer in terrifying elastic bursts. Thum dash dash, thum dash dash, thum dash dash. Each beat stole more distance. I tasted blood, then I saw it again. The dog thing. Except it wasn't on the road anymore. It was running beside me, on two legs, perfectly upright, long limbs flexing silently through the fog, just outside my headlights' reach. It kept perfect pace at nearly 140 kilometers per hour, not panting, not straining, its body gliding rather than running. Its head turned toward me slowly. Its mouth didn't move, but its voice filled the car anyway. You shouldn't have left. My phone erupted with overlapping alerts, one cutting into the next like a system drowning in panic. The mimic has been re-embedded into the chase. It is using your speed to maintain form. Do not slow down. Do not acknowledge it. Do not let it touch the vehicle. The thing outside pressed closer. Its fingers brushed the side mirror. The glass frosted instantly from the contact, not from cold, but from something like rapid biological crystallization. The mirror cracked and fell into the fog. You're shaking. You're scared. I like when you're fast. Its legs bent backward suddenly at the knees with a loud, wet crack. Adapting, and it surged ahead of the car, pivoting in mid-run to face me as it sprinted backward, keeping eye contact without turning its body. Its face tried to smile. The smile arrived before the expression did. Behind it, the road creature surged again, the fog rolling violently as the spine reared higher, exposing more of its impossible anatomy. Between the vertebrae, I saw not earth, I saw movement, threads, fibers, massive pale tendons pulling the highway forward in convulsive locomotive contractions. The road was not being carried by the thing. The road was the thing. And it accelerated. My phone buzzed with something different this time, not an alert. A live transmission. Text scrolled rapidly across the screen. If you let it catch up, you will not die. You will become a path like the road. My lungs seized with panic. The mimic outside tilted its head. You'd make a beautiful one. I swerved, not to escape. I didn't know if escape was possible. I swerved because the fog ahead suddenly reshaped into a wall. A sheer vertical face of compression where something massive stood inside the mist, unmoving. The emergency alert screamed one final command. Hard left now. The road ends ahead, but the entity does not. I yanked the wheel. The car screeched sideways into an exit ramp I hadn't even seen through the fog. For half a second, the headlights illuminated a sign. Service access, no maintenance after dark. The ramp dropped sharply downward. As the car plunged into it, the main highway behind me rose violently upward, the massive road spine arching high over the fog as it attempted to follow. The mimic didn't jump the exit. It stopped at the edge of the drop and waved, not with a hand, with a perfect copy of mine. See you on the next stretch. The ramp curved steeply into darkness. Above me, the gigantic road creature howled, not in anger, but in loss, as if I had torn myself out of something that already believed it owned me. The fog swallowed the exit behind me. The highway vanished. The vibrations ceased. Silence returned so violently it rang. My car rolled to a stop at the bottom of the ramp. I was shaking so hard I couldn't shift into park. Then my phone buzzed one last time. Chase event suspended. Secondary terrain achieved. Do not assume safety. The road remembers you now. I stared into the fog ahead, and for the first time since this began, I realized I was no longer alone down here. Something moved in the mist at the bottom of the ramp. Slow, low, on four legs.